Hi, I'm Christy Campbell, Director of Professional Development with the Georgia Association of Realtors, and with me today is Craig Coffey, Deputy Commissioner of the Georgia Real Estate Commission and the Georgia Real Estate Appraisers Board. Today, we will be discussing rule changes that will affect all Georgia real estate licensees. You may have heard discussion about an increase in CE hours and a required license law course. Both of these are true, and we hope this video will help you have a better understanding of the upcoming changes. Craig, could you please give us an overview of the two rule changes for real estate licensees?
Sure, Christy, I'd be glad to. The Commission has passed a rule that on July 1st of 2015, the number of continuing education hours required to renew a license will increase from the current number of 24 to 36. And another rule that, as of July 1st, 2016, 3 of the 36 hours must be on the topic of license law. So in summation, that's our rule change.
Thank you for explaining both of the new rules. There are 4 different types of real estate license: salesperson, associate broker, broker, and community association manager. Are all 4 of these license types required to abide by the new rule changes?
Yes, all 4 of the license types abide by the rule changes, and the rule change is the same for all types of the licenses.
Okay, thank you. The Commission does not require active licensees that were licensed before January 1st, 1980 to complete approved continuing education coursework during each 4-year renewal period. These licensees are typically referred to as grandfathered licensees. Will the new rules affect grandfathered licensees?
No, just as now as the grandfathered licensees are exempt from the continuing education requirements, they will be exempt from the 2 new rule changes as well. Any changes for grandfathered licensees would have to come from the legislature, and this change was a rule that was passed by the Commission members.
Okay, great. Now let's talk more about the rule that will go into effect July 1st, 2015. If my real estate license renewal date is on June 30th, 2015, I have completed 24 hours of approved continuing education coursework, but I forgot to renew my license and pay my renewal fee on or before June 30th, 2015. Will I be required to take an additional 12 hours of approved continuing education coursework before I renew my real estate license?
Yes, you will. It's very important for the people that are due on June 30th, 15 to renew their license, because if they renew late, they will be required to take the additional 12 hours before they can come back to active status.
Okay. Currently, you are allowed to renew your license at any time up to 4 months prior to your renewal date. Does this mean if my real estate license renewal date is October 31st, 2015, and I have completed 24 hours of approved continuing education coursework, can I renew my license on June 30th, 2015 and not be required to complete 36 hours of approved continuing education coursework?
Yes, that is correct. We allow you to renew up to 4 months in advance. So October 31st renewals will be able to renew on June 30th. But that's as early as you can renew. Anyone who has to renew in the future, for example, December of 15 or January of 16, they cannot go ahead and renew early, even though they may have the education complete.
Okay. If my real estate license renewal date is on June 30th, 2015, and I have completed 24 hours of approved continuing education coursework, but I forgot to submit my lawful presence verification form, can I renew my license on June 30th, 2015?
No, that's another good thing to keep in mind. We have to have the lawful presence verification documents prior to your renewal and process them in order for you to renew. So once again, for the people that are due on June 30th, it's very important that they send us the lawful presence documents and then that they renew on time.
And how far in advance should they send in their lawful presence verification form? How long does it take for you to process it?
It usually takes us about 2 or 3 days. So if I had a renewal that was on June 30th, go ahead and prepare those and send it to us. They're basically 2 things. You have to do a notarized affidavit, and you have to send us a photocopy of like a driver's license and a passport. So go ahead and get that done if your renewal is coming up shortly.
Okay, thank you. The rule change that increases the required hours of continuing education from 24 to 36 becomes effective immediately at 12 a.m. July 1st, 2015. Let's talk more about the rule that will go into effect on July 1st, 2016. 3 of the 36 hours must be on the topic of license law. If my real estate license renewal date is on June 30th, 2016, and I have completed 36 hours of approved continuing education coursework, but I forgot to renew my license and pay my renewal fee on or before June 30th, 2016, will I be required to take an approved license law course before I renew my real estate license?
Yes, you will, and that's why it's important, if you want to renew under the existing requirements, that you meet your renewal on June 30th of 2016. If you renew late, you will be required to have the 3 hours on the topic of license law.
Okay. Currently, you are allowed to renew your license up to 4 months prior to your renewal date. Does this mean if my real estate license renewal date is October 31st, 2016, and I have completed 36 hours of approved continuing education coursework, can I renew my license on June 30th, 2016, and not be required to complete an approved license law course?
Yes, if your renewal's on October 31st and you renew on June 30th, you will not be required to have the 3 hours on the topic of license law. However, that's the earliest that someone can renew. So someone who's due later in the fall, November, December, or January of the next year, could not renew on June 30th.
Okay. Can you tell us why the Commission felt these rule changes were necessary?
Sure, the Real Estate Commission is charged with protecting the public, and the way we protect the public is through the statute and the accompanying rules that we oversee. When the licensees violate one of the statutes or rules, they're harming the public. One of the things we're hoping to do with the rule changes is to decrease the number of license law violations by the licensees, because they'll be more informed, and to protect the public more because there are less license violations.
Okay, great. Can I take a license law course that is approved for more than 3 hours of continuing education?
Yes, you can. Some of the courses for 6, 9, 12, and more hours will have 3 hours of license law included in them. For example, if you take a 12-hour course that has the 3 hours in it, you'll receive 12 hours of continuing education, and you'll also receive credit for having taken 3 hours on the topic of license law.
That's great. Thank you. We hope that this video has helped you have a better understanding of the upcoming changes. For more information, visit the Georgia Real Estate Commission at grec.state.ga.us. Thank you.